What's good, people? It's Coffee back with an update, and it looks like Ryan Garcia getting into it a bit with Kyle Rittenhouse, or maybe he's just confused. I don't know. You let me know. But check it out. Kyle Rittenhouse put this up, responding to some Native Americans you see here, posted this pic, and they say, F the USA, it's all stolen land. So Rittenhouse says, then leave. Let's check the replies here real quick. Someone says 100. Someone says, hey, dipshit, it was their land first. They are natives. Perhaps you should leave. Shut up, you little insignificant fart. Pause. Please don't shoot them. Calm down. They were here first. Arsehole. Well, then Ryan Garcia says, oh, right here. So to that, Ryan Garcia said, didn't you like kill people, or am I tripping? That was in response to Rittenhouse. So comment with your thoughts about this, but let's go over with some of the responses here. This girl, Feisty Fire, she says, you're tripping. He defended himself. Garcia says, I don't know. I'm asking a question, idiot. Ren and Stimpy voice, idiot, or I'm not good at that voice. This dude says, Ryan, don't let them gaslight the narrative. The kid had a rifle waiting for him in town when he arrived, and he was playing vigilante. Wasn't cut out for the military, sadly. So, let's go back to the whole Rittenhouse situation. I will really didn't make too much content in regards to that or engage in a lot of discussions with individuals, but I know it was like somewhat of a heated debate, and I'm just curious to know everyone's take on that. Do you think Rittenhouse that was indeed self-defense? And if you do believe that, that you do believe that to be true, what do you think about this individual? Obviously, we know the way court played out. I'm asking everyone's thoughts, take, opinion. As always, that's how it is over here on this channel. So if you're new, make sure to sub up, hit the like, and all that good ish. But more importantly, join the discussion in the comments. We talk music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more over here. But do you believe, though, that Rittenhouse went looking for problems? I'm intrigued to know. There was a lot of people, individuals who, that I know that don't just talk, got their head up their arse, who was like, yo, Coffee, that kid went looking to play vigilante or went looking for problems. And, everyone has the right to defend themselves and all that, right? But there is people, I often talk about this in states that have like open carry. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that just carry to protect themselves, and and that's that, right? But there is people that I have personally seen who go around looking, like poking their nose into other people's business, looking for that reason to use the weapon. They got that owner's anxiety, or they just can't wait for the day to pull their piece and use it, so they're looking for a situation. I've also seen people, in this, excuse me, oh, damn Red Bulls, y'all. Apologies, drinking too much Red Bull. But I also seen situations like I lived in a state where there wasn't, guns like that. I lived in New York State. Don't get me wrong, there was guns around, but it wasn't as prevalent as like when I lived in Florida, right? And in New York, typically, what I'm getting at is when I lived in Florida, I saw a lot more people who were strapped. And I'm not directing this at all people that own weapons, just like I wasn't, when I was saying people looking for problems, looking to stick their nose into everyone's business, being nosy, you know what I'm saying? And always just got that itchy finger ready to pull the strap. I've seen people who would like talk ish, at the gas station, cut someone off, talk ish, jump in the mix with everything, like talking wild greasy that they wouldn't talk if they didn't have that strap and, would have to get down and shoot the fair ones, put their hands up and fight, being that they're want to egg someone on to punch them or whatever, and then shoot them in self-defense. I see that as well. Comment what your thoughts on all that. Once again, engage in this debate and discussion. As always, that's how we rock, as I stated before. But so again, that came from this guy saying, Ryan, don't let them gaslight the narrative. The kid had a rifle waiting for him in town when he arrived, and he was playing vigilante. He wasn't cut out for the military, sadly. This gentleman says, don't let them gaslight you, let me. And then this dude said, sadly, you are incorrect. And it says right here, the rifle until Rittenhouse turned 18 in January 2021, and that it would be kept at Black's home in Kenosha, where he lived with his stepfather, Scott Dickhart. What the fuck? According to police records reviewed by the Kenosha News in November last year, Dickhart, pause, we got to throw a pause out there with that man's name, told authorities that he kept the gun in a locked safe until the evening of August 24, 2020, concerned about the civil unrest in the city that was sparked by a white Kenosha police officer shooting a black man, Jacob Blake, in the back multiple times during an August 23rd arrest. Dickhart, pause, said he took the rifle out of the safe, which was in his garage, and put the gun in his basement. On the witness stand, Black and Rittenhouse testified that Rittenhouse retrieved the gun from the basement, apologies, y'all, on August 25th, 2020, before they both headed to downtown Kenosha with their rifles to help. So, what's your guys' thought about that? This guy is saying they went there to help protect private property from destruction. He only shot the people after he was chased down in a deadly force situation. In the picture, you can see Kyle on the ground, a guy about to hit him in the head with a skateboard, and other pointing a pistol. So, again, this is, I know, an in-depth, situation, and it's not something that can all be summed up in just a couple of words. And I'm not just speaking to this particular situation, as I was just speaking about other, hypothetical times where, like, people having weapons and looking for problems and stuff like that, right? What do you think about in a situation like this where someone sees someone coming up with a weapon, right? And like that person that's got the weapon, like Rittenhouse, like, and again, I didn't follow this story that closely, so I'm just throwing this out there, trying to hit it from all angles and see what everyone thinks, right? But like, there's an ongoing, like, first off, I'll probably be in the house. You know what I mean? I'm too old. I don't want to be out, like, in the mix in some BS. I'm a family man. You know what I mean? But, I understand people do want to indeed protest. You know what I'm saying? 100% understand it wholeheartedly. But say someone's out there and they're protesting, and there's a bunch of people out there, right? And then maybe there is some people that are wilding out a bit, but say some other people aren't. But then they see an individual coming up with the strap. So the person coming up with the strap is saying like, oh, I'm here to help. I'm here, like, I'm trying to do the police job, or whatever the case may be, however you want to look at it. So then some people who are not wilding out are saying, wait a second, here comes this guy, like just how the person with the gun would say, oh, I'm trying to protect myself for this and that. The other person is just saying, hey, just by you coming and brandishing that weapon, I feel threatened. You know what I mean? You got to look at it from that angle as well. Like I said, this is a crazy situation, and Ryan Garcia hopping in the mix about this, right? But then look, then Garcia said, okay, so he's a hero. My bad. I didn't know. Can everyone stop judging so quick? It says you're a hero. Is that Rittenhouse there? I don't know who the other person is there. Yeah, he's a real hero. if you watch the trial, you would see he only shot when his life was in immediate danger, extremely good at handling his weapon and only using it when he could have been killed himself. Kyle Rittenhouse is an example to society of what people should be. Everyone else crying about it didn't watch the trial or understand the circumstances. This dude says 100% facts. A whole crowd yelling, "Let's get him." What we saw and witnessed was a classic case. FAFO. I'm not sure what that stands for. And then someone put Kyle with a, and then dude put Kyle with a smile face. This dude responds and says, "And boy, did he handle that gun masterfully. It was a piece of art. I hope our soldiers can handle a weapon in tough situations that well. Kyle is an absolute hero." So you guys get the gist of this, right? I'm not going to go down reading all these tweets. This dude says, technically, he didn't shoot people. He shot a pedo and 2 women abusers. It's funny how he shot 3 randoms in a sea of potential scientists and doctors, yet hit 3 convicted felons. LOL. This guy says he's definitely not a hero. Let's check this thread out a little bit. So this same dude that was in the other thread going on about how it was like a masterful work of art, the way the guy handled the gun. Like, that's kind of wild. Even if you think that the dude, like, and what does everyone think about, even if you think it was self-defense and all that, do you believe him to be a hero? Like, for going out, like, thoughts, like, seriously, let's talk all about this again. Want to hear from everyone. He says, yes, he is. He was out there defending property from being burned down. He's the definition of a hero. And this gentleman says, opinion. Biased. And then this guy says, biased because you're black. And then he says, how does that even work? He shot someone during the BLM protests and he's white. So you automatically think he's wrong, even though he was just defending family-owned businesses and was attacked. Court ruled it's self-defense. I think a guy protecting family-owned business from violent rioters is a good guy. This dude says, let alone he shot white criminals. So I don't know why black people are even crying about him to begin with. Is that accurate for anyone who followed this? Did he shoot white criminals? Like, again, I did not follow this story very closely. That's why I'm intrigued to see what everyone thinks about this. It's so wild for Ryan Garcia. Well, no, it's not like he just jumped in the mix, like bringing up Rittenhouse for no reason. Again, Rittenhouse was, telling Native Americans leave if, they're not happy with the US of A. This gentleman says, I don't know why they tripping at me. Laughing faces. It was a white on white crime and I still don't think he's a hero. Good point. This dude says he shot a black dude. White people weren't going around violently destroying stuff during the riots. If that was your family's business that he saved during the riots, you'd be calling him a hero daily. Let me tell you something. If I personally owned a business, right, and some ish like that was going on, I would personally go down there and try to get anything out of there that like is of, I guess, sentimental value or something like that I couldn't live with being destroyed. Because, I'm pretty sure the business would be insured. And I would personally tell everyone, hey, go home. I don't want anyone getting into a gunfight behind my business. I don't know. Was that business that Rittenhouse was that his family's business or something? Someone please fill me in. Personally, I like, if I owned business, even if it was my life's work, that business, like I said, I get anything out of there that I couldn't live without being destroyed. And I just say, hey, like, go home. Like, if I seen some cats out there with guns, like, I don't want no gunfight and people getting shot, dying, anything like that behind my business. Please. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I just, again, I did not follow this story, this case like that, but I just have a problem with people looking, like I was saying before, people looking for a reason, sticking their nose in people's business. Like, for instance, oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Man, that Red Bull got me fucked up. But like George Zimmerman, that guy is a prick. Not just because he killed Trayvon Martin, but he is a prick and an evil sack of ish because of that, but because he went harassing this kid just because he hadn't seen him before, who had a reason to be in the neighborhood, and followed him and stalked him. So then when the kid had enough, like, yo, you're a weirdo. Why are you following me and all this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he called the police, and the police told him, yo, fluck off. Let the kid breathe. Get up off his bumper like that. You know what I mean? And then when the kid finally had enough, he shocked him out a little bit, and then dude killed him. Like, if he wasn't trying to play neighborhood watch on steroids, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up, horrible situation, and a young man lost his life, and the sack of garbage that did it has trolled on the internet and stuff like this for years. You feel me? Like, he wanted to use that gun. He wanted to shoot someone. And that's what I was speaking about. I'm not saying this about everyone that owns a weapon, but you see people, whether it's poking their nose in other people's business that they have no idea of what's going on or anything like that, or starting incidents and altercations with their smart mouth, hoping that someone punches them in the face so they can shoot them. Like, I think that's disturbing and foul that people are on that tight time like that. That's weird to me. You feel me? Comment if you feel me on that. So this gentleman said to that, so either you ain't see who got shot or I ain't see, but one of us blind. We'll read like 3 more and then we'll close this out. This dude says, brother, man, all you have done is shown the world you aren't paying attention to things that matter, and rather than do your research, you threw sass at Kyle. Take the L, stop shifting blame, take all of it, be a man. Sass. What's with all that sass? I feel like I gotta say pause after reading throwing sass. I think that deserves a pause. This dude says it was self-defense. They were attacking him. Ryan and one of the guys was a pedo. This individual says, questionable. Kyle Rittenhouse is a controversial figure in the United States, known for his involvement in a shooting during the Kenosha protests in Wisconsin in 2020. He was 17 years old at the time and faced charges for shooting 3 men, 2 of whom died. Rittenhouse, claimed he acted in self-defense, and his trial in November 2021 ended with a not guilty verdict on all counts. This case sparked significant national debate on issues such as gun rights, self-defense laws, and racial justice. This dude says the guy that was judging so quick. Moral of the story, Kyle should not have been judging the natives. So there you go, taking it all the way back to the beginning of this whole exchange, how Ryan Garcia ended up even, speaking on Kyle Rittenhouse. So with all that being said, I'm going to bring this thing to a close. Again, I'm looking for everyone to tap in. Let's talk. Let's get that discussion going. Let's coffee talk it up. J Coffee Talk. Subscribe, hit the like, stay tuned. Once again, if you're new, we talk music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And I'm gone.